Hello, YouTube land. Hi, Michael's Adventures. How are you? I guess I better turn off my music. I had music on. And I was writing between now when I set up the stream and when I started it. So it's Friday Eve. This is the quality content you come here for. 1 second. All right. Hopefully you can still hear me. Michael, I know you're hanging out in Tuber chat too, but if you can still hear me, let me know. Because I did knock my microphone off the desk briefly there for a second. Hey, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Good to see you. Good to see you guys. Miss Sunrise Dawn says, hi from North Georgia, everybody. Well, hello from North Texas, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Hey, Michael's Adventures. Friday for you now, because it's already 12:30 where you are. I remember that from yesterday. You're an hour ahead of me. You're in the future, too. Hey, Miss Sunrise Dawn. So we made it to Friday Eve, you guys. Does the Monday through Friday thing mean anything to you guys? I know it doesn't mean anything to everybody because not everybody works a Monday to Friday. Some people are, stay-at-home parents and they work all the time, and some people are they work the weekends or service industries and stuff like that. But presently, I work Monday to Friday, so the Thursday night, Friday Eve thing is very meaningful to me. Hey, Janet G, good to see you. Always good to have you guys here. Oh, it's 12:30 for you too, Miss Sunrise Dawn. So it's like the late time for you guys too. Awesome. For me, it's just kind of late. Sounds like for you guys, it's for real late, not pretend late. So I got my cat cup with my decaf. I think I've shown you guys this. My decaf on one side, and then you turn it around, and he is caffeinated. And he's like, pow! And I love this cup so much. I don't care that it has a chip on it. I've kept it. It's a good coffee cup. Dang it. Oh, it's only 10:30 for you, Janet G. Oh, so this is just kind of like wind down time then. Gotcha. That's good. Tomorrow, whichever Friday is my kiddo's last day of pre-K. Oh, Miss Sunrise Dawn. I feel for you. My kiddo's last day of pre-K was last week. He starts kindergarten next year too. It's a lot, huh? It's they're still so tiny, but it's also like, when did they get so big, Rolling Stone, it's good to see you. Dang, I barely had time to make coffee. Well, you can go make your coffee. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to I'll still be here. I'm not going anywhere. You're fine. Make your coffee. It's all good. Carol says, hey, you guys, I kept dozing off on the boat, so I won't be long, but I did want to pop in and say hi. Well, hi, Carol. It's so good to see you. I know you and I still need to connect about you coming to hang out with me on here. You know what, guys? I just upgraded StreamYard tonight. I had been resisting that for a while, and I just wanted to stick with the free version. So last time when I hit my free hours limit for the month, I was like, well, I'll just hop on over to Restream and use that one. But Restream and I we struggled to get along. We were not friends. And I mean, we got along okay, but we were not fast, famous friends. Restream and I mean, maybe with a different computer that's a little faster, I'd like it better, but I'm on a Chromebook, so I need it to be kind of dummy proof. So I sprung for the basic StreamYard plan. So now I don't have the duck in the corner. I feel like I need something to replace the duck. I figure that out because now my screen, the screen corner where the duck used to be. Oh, and I've got to mirror it. He's over here, where this duck used to be. The screen feels so empty and sad. So I'll just hold up this little turtle here for now. Hey guys, maybe he could be. Yeah, we'll just hold him there. The whole stream, I'm just gonna hold this turtle here. It's not very realistic, is it? Hey, 7th, ahoy, good to see you, good to see you. Oh, you just got my notice? You just got my, notification? That's good to know. It's kind of that helps me to know, like, what the lag time is between me clicking the go live button and people actually getting the notification if you have them turned on. That's kind of interesting for me to know. It sends me an email when my channel is live. I thought that was funny. Like, YouTube sends me an email to let me know, "Hey, your channel's live," which is kind of funny. It's like, I would hope I would know that, but I guess it would be helpful if somebody, like, hacked in or something. Oh, can you imagine? Oh, that would be a nightmare. Let's see, let's see. Hey, Rolling Stone. I'm glad to see you. How's your foot today? I feel like you was your foot, right? How are you feeling? I was worried about you yesterday. Janet G says, my daughter came home from the first day of grade 1 and pronounced, Mom, the kindergartners are so short this year. Aw. I could not stop laughing. I'm sure that they seemed short to her because she had gotten so tall. Yeah. Okay, so Carol says, I wanted to use StreamYard and we didn't get along, but Restream and I hit it off right away. I feel like there are things I like about Restream. I like I like that you can like make things different colors and you can do all the fun backgrounds and stuff like that. Like I feel like that's kind of nifty. But for some reason it felt really I don't know, when I tried to use it, it felt really laggy to me. And I don't know if it was Restream itself or my internet or the Chromebook or all of those things, but it just felt I don't know, it felt really laggy. Like I would click a comment and it would just like sit there and think for like what felt like ages. But maybe it was just my connection that night. I don't know. Maybe I'm not being fair. I don't know. Poor Restream. Maybe I shouldn't have given up so quickly. Maybe I shouldn't have shelled out cash so fast. I'm already having a sticker shock. I'm already having buyer's not remorse, but like buyer's anxiety. you know? The Sunrise Dawn said, my kiddo also has her first loose tooth. No, really? And it's almost all she's talked about for the last 2 days. I don't blame her. That's like a crazy that's a crazy thing when you think about it. Like, we take it for granted as adults that we lose teeth when we're little and grow new ones and we grow adult teeth, but if you really think about it, that's kind of a bizarre thing that happens to us when we're children. What, we just like our teeth just start falling out of our face, then we grow new ones? It's kinda crazy. Oh, but your kiddo's my kiddo's age, right? So should I be expecting my kiddo to lose teeth soon? No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Oh, you get Tuber chats a day late? I was getting YouTube notifications day late for a while, Michael. Like for almost everybody. Like it would pop up that somebody went live, but then I'd look at it and it would have been, oh, that was yesterday. It was very strange. Miss Sunrise Dawn, I'm honored. My cats are coming to talk to you. Or it could be because it's feeding time, but I chose to believe that they're coming to talk to you. I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't care if I have to lure them in with food. I don't care if I have to provide treats for the cats to be my friends. Uh oh, I said it out loud. I hope they didn't hear it. I hope it didn't activate the launch sequence of needing TREATSs. Thank you, Miss Sunrise Dawn. If you do feel so inclined, hit the like button. If you're not feeling it, the dislike button is good too. Just don't be a fence sitter, just tell me how you feel. I'm good either way. I can handle the criticism. Rolling Stone says, I don't think it's broken. It's a lot better, thanks. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad it's feeling better. It's as though I've been growing that bunion for 30 years just to absorb that direct hit. Ooh, ouch. But any other place would have broken my foot. Oh, so I guess that's something positive is that, even though even though bunions are painful, maybe it protected you from a break or something. Gosh, but still that stinks. I'm glad it's probably not broken and it's feeling better though. Hey, Mary from Blessed to Crochet. How are you doing today? It's good to see you. Let's see. Have I missed it? Oh, I'm in your earbud. Okay, so I didn't activate the launch sequence with the kitty cats. Okay, that's good. We didn't say I don't know what you're talking about, Michael's Adventures. I don't know what S words you mean. Oh, okay, I do. But again, like if it bothers you and you need to go, that's cool, Michael. It doesn't bother me. So, I mean, yeah. Yeah, but have a good night. Have a good night. He's referring to the word subscribe, you guys. Hey, Carol. Hey, Janet G. Oh, we've already. Oh, did I go back up in the chat? I don't know. I think I did. I think I did. Well, so how's y'all's Friday Eve? That's what I like to call it. Y'all have been with me on Thursday nights. I like to call it Friday Eve. A friend of mine at work has been calling it that for years. And so I kind of appropriated it, which is a fancy way of saying I stole it from her. But I stole it respectfully. I stole it with love. uh, and I give her credit. So, oh, I'm going to be feeding the fur balls while I listen. That's good. That's good. You know what's funny is, I don't know, I'm curious what y'all's experiences are. Earlier today, someone was talking about like what they thought I think it was Ben who said like what he thought I must have been like in high school. And it was kind of funny for me to think about. He was like, I can't remember what exactly he said. It was something like Kristen was probably like the cool, nice girl, but she was probably in detention a lot, which I thought was amusing, which I thought was funny. Okay. Okay, good, Rolling Stone. I'm glad that you can walk normally now. That's good. Taking off tomorrow too, which means I can stay up late with you beautiful people. Woohoo! I'm so glad to hear that. I mean, not glad that your foot hurts, but I'm glad you can start to walk normally. And I'm glad you can hang out with us because I always like hanging out with you. All right, Carol, you have a good rest. You have good sleep. Thanks for being here. I've been wanting to be there for more of needing a meetings, but during this like last 2 weeks that I've been working out the notice at my job that I gave before I moved to my new job, I get bombarded with random things and random meetings that are basically designed to like they call it knowledge transfer, which is a fancy way of saying like, could you please tell us everything you know about your whole job in an hour or less, so that we can get other people to cover it. But I've been doing the job for 7.5 years, so it's kind of tricky to do that. But suffice to say, I get hit with like random stuff mid afternoon, so I'm kind of like lurking a lot lately, just because that's what I'm able to do. Aw, right back at you, Carol. I always love seeing you too, no matter where it is. In fact, you guys, needing a meeting is like, I mean, so I met you guys all through the lifeboat, right? But then, I mean, obviously those chats are a little bit bigger, right? And needing a meeting, I learned about from the lifeboat. And then I started going there every day. And that was when I really started to kind of like get to know some people, like, individually and feel like they could kinda get to know me a little bit better, and it's like, it was just a little bit smaller, a little bit more intimate, and, Carol has it set up that if you need a meeting and if you wanna come on, like, the panel and, like, speak and be on screen, you can do that, or you can just keep just your voice, like, you don't have to have your face on camera if you don't want to, or if you wanna just interact with the chat. It's a really cool supportive environment, and they go live Monday through Fridays. Let me see if I can remember the timing. So my time, Central Time Zone, it is 3:40 PM Central Time Zone. So Pacific, that is 1:40 Pacific Time Zone, and they go live every day at that time, Monday to Friday. Um, and I think that was one of the needing a meeting is one of the first places I showed my face around here. Like, I actually put my face on a screen, and it was, like, on a total whim, and I was, like, super nervous about it. So, yeah, it's a big deal for me. It's a big deal. 7th. Oh, so it's Carol's fault you quit your job. Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. We can say that. I have another job. It's not like I'm unemployed now. It's not as bad as it sounds, you guys. I'm quitting one job, but going to another job. Love that. But yeah, a lot of people feel this way. Needing a meeting was a huge part of sobering up. Yeah, you get that, you just get that, close connection with people, and it makes a big difference. Miss Sunrise Dawn has a pretty awesome channel too. We've got a lot of great ripples off the lifeboat and people that have great channels here. Miss Mary from Blessed to Crochet has an awesome channel that she does a lot of, like lives and stuff like this where she interacts with the chat too. Um, so y'all, I think everybody here right now knows everybody, but for anybody who shows up on the replay crew that maybe doesn't, please check them out. They're awesome. Miss Dragon, hey, how's it going? You're awake with us. I know lately I'm a bad influence. I keep people awake past their bedtimes, or they stop in to say hi and then they go to bed. That's cool too. I'm fine with that. Um, Seventh was lurking. Rolling Stone. Seventh, I didn't know you were there. Seventh is looking out. I feel like Seventh is looking out. Like I feel like Seventh got my back, you know. I feel good about it. Lester Crochet. Mary's got my back too. That's pretty, yeah. I mean, I feel like all y'all do in a way, but um y'all have reached out to me specifically about things and it's much appreciated. Seventh, I'm telling Mr. Kristen Melinda. Well, he's asleep, so like I don't know. He'll probably be like, "Huh? What?" It's funny you should mention him. Like earlier today, like we had like a conversation about like the live streaming and like all of the stuff I've been doing here. And like he's just been kind of like, oh, like that's your time to hang out with your friends with that, like that's cool, whatever. Like, he's cool with it. And he knows I have a channel and he has the link to it. I think he's subscribed to it, but he hasn't like sat down and watched a bunch of videos or anything like that. He has an open invitation to like come to any of these or whatever. So there's nothing like, yeah, it's my YouTube channel is not my secret thing away from my in-person family or anything like that. Um, and then today we kind of had a more like I just said, you know what? I think it's become more to me than just hanging out. Like a lot of the time it is just hanging out and that's important, but just hanging out can be really, really important. And I told him it's gotten to where it's something that is really important to me and it kind of like feeds my soul in a way. And I don't want to, so I want to, you know, find a way to make it a priority within reason, obviously. Um, and it just so happens this time, kiddo's in bed, like everybody's asleep. Obviously, if kiddo were sick and up and down, then I wouldn't be live streaming. I'd have to skip a night, but it works like this. So yeah, he's very supportive. He doesn't necessarily want to like be involved in it, but he's cool with it. Like he's supportive. So all good. All good. And I'm not going to drop his name unless he decides he wants to show up sometime. Uh, so let's see. I want to catch up with the chat here. Miss Dragon has an awesome channel too. Please check out Miss Dragon's channel if you haven't already. She did a really good description of the ones, you guys, about what the ones mean in the chat. Yeah, Miss Sunrise Dawn has a channel too. I think we put the link up a little further back, but I'll put it up again. Hey, I've got a newbie. Well, newbie to me. I can't think of a better name. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. We just like so over here on my lives, we're pretty small. Like mostly all people I have met from the lifeboat and like channels that kind of like rippled off of the lifeboat. But we just kind of talk about whatever people want to talk about. And it can be silly and ridiculous, or it can be like heavy if you want to talk about something heavy. Our only rule is like be nice to each other. That's my only rule. Be respectful. And so far, that's worked out pretty well. But some people like to fall asleep listening to me yammer on about things, and that's fine too. Some people like to engage. I don't really come with a topic here very often. Every now and then I start with one, but then it veers off. It goes somewhere completely. Um, I think that there was one day I kind of stuck to a topic. There was one day I think I managed to stick to a topic and people wanted to ask about that. But most of the time we're just hanging out, we're just chatting, and it can be whatever y'all need it to be. Rolling Stone says, Blessed to crochet. Whenever I see your name, I hear, and then along comes Mary. You have a theme song in my head. Oh, I love that. That's so cool. Get another person with a fine disregard of character limits. I love it. That's great. Yes, exactly, 7th. NBR, nothing but ripples. That's what we call ourselves, right? Those of us that started YouTube channels after finding the lifeboat and deciding like, "Hey, we wanna keep hanging out after the lifeboat or before," or, we wanna keep this connection thing going and we wanna build it and we wanna be part of it. We call ourselves ripples. The ripple effect. Nothing but ripples. NBR. I love it. Hey, Carrie Ann. Good to see you. Hey, Carrie Ann has a pretty cool channel too. She does like some of the like Scientology protesting stuff. She also does a lot of like fun live streams, like study with me live streams. And it's a lot like this too. It's like, people hanging out, connecting. Sometimes there's a topic and, sometimes it's a little bit, less formal, but I love Hey Carrie Ann streams. I always hop on those whenever I can. So much good YouTube in my world now. It's all like hanging out with people I know and like more so than just like watching TV. It's pretty cool. I love this Rolling Stone. Topics are for muggles. They are, aren't they? Topics are for muggles. Not that I'm discriminating against muggles. Don't want to have any fighting words here. Oh, I missed something. I missed something in the Oh, okay, Miss Dragon. Miss Dragon said today was a bit morbid. I screened out Bradley's remains, kept bigger pieces. The finer stuff are spreading. The bigger pieces I know are actually him. Wow. Wow, Miss Dragon. That must have been hard. That must have been really, really hard. Unless, I mean, I don't know what your experience of it was like. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it was, I don't know. What was it like for you? But it seems to me, that would be really, really hard. That would be really difficult. Janet, she says, yeah, that is very intense. I've handled the ashes of 2 loved ones, very somber. Really strange, yeah. Everyone I've ever, had, close to me that passed, um, it was always like a burial kind of a situation. So I didn't have that. But that does sound really, really intense. But sometimes there can be peace in having some kind of like physical, you know, reminder of a person. Let's see. My chat is getting slow. I can't put up the comments. 1 second, guys. Sorry, rolling. At least it's Mary Had a Little Lamb. Don't start singing. Because those are anybody who doesn't know Blessed Two Crochets, that's Mary. So you really couldn't. Well, that's a wonderful reason to come up with the handle. You know what? I couldn't think of a better name either. This is just my name. Kristen Melinda is just my name. It's my first name and then my middle name given to me at birth. It's not any longer my like government name because when I got married, I took my husband's last name and I made my maiden name my legal middle name and then dropped my middle name that I was given at birth legally. So on paper, it's not my name, but Krista Melinda is just my name. I couldn't think of anything better either. So I've thought about like since, and it didn't really matter. Like wasn't doing live streams, I wasn't doing videos or anything like that. So I didn't feel like I needed like a channel name or whatever. Um, but I mean, I've bandied about the idea of like turning it into like a channel name, but like I don't know. My channel doesn't really have like one specific area. Like I've been doing these live streams most nights just to kind of connect with people when people want to and when they need to and hang out. But then I also just do stuff that I think is fun. Like I do karaoke videos. Those are mostly just because I find them fun, but sometimes people like to watch them now and then. And I also do stuff about books that I've read. I do some stuff about psychology because that's my background. So it's really kind of all over the place. So I can't think of a channel name that would fit really. So like it's really just stuff I like and spending time with you guys and people that I like. So, oh, you think of Proud Mary? Big wheels keep on turning. That one. Proud Mary, keep on burning. Yeah, yeah. I like that one. Maybe I'll karaoke that one next. Seventh is the one that gave me the idea of a song and then another song. But what I did was I sang the first verse of a song, and then I ate a really really spicy tube of Terra Peanut, and then I sang the second verse of the song to like look at the difference. And actually, I tend to agree with you. I think I did the second verse better. I don't know why. That's interesting. Maybe because it like wakes you up or something. Let's see. Did I miss anybody who came in while I was gabbing and yammering? I don't think so. Hey, look, Misha's here. Hi, Misha. Good to see you. Thanks for coming to hang out. Always good to see you, Misha. Let's do crochet. Mary says, my favorite is Mary in the Morning by Elvis. I don't think I've heard that one, but you have turned me on to a lot of like really good Elvis songs that I wouldn't have known existed. Y'all, Mary is the biggest Elvis fan, but like she let me know about like there's more of a story to that man than I ever realized before. And he was a more complex individual. And it's really very interesting and very inspiring. So I'm very grateful for that. I thought that was just to learn about that. That's pretty cool. Oh, okay, missed. So you had 6 months to kinda adjust. It was surreal before you had to go through all the ashes. I gotcha. So it wasn't as heavy as a shock, but it was you had some time to think about it. Can't think of a better name. Leaning towards cremation for heavy, but not sure if or where to sprinkle them. That's a tough decision. But, it's not a like if you do go with cremation, if or where to sprinkle, that's not something you have to decide right away. That's not something you have to like, that's something that you can, decide way down the road, like, when you're ready, when you can kinda wrap your head around just everything that's happened and what you feel is right for him and for you. Um, I know people that aren't sure for a long like, I had a really, really close friend. I was a bridesmaid at their wedding. She lost her husband unexpectedly, like, 6 years ago. Um, it was a car accident, actually. A drunk driver hit him on his bicycle, and I think she didn't know what to do with like, they had, like, a full funeral with, like, casket and all that stuff, but then after that, they did cremation, but she kept his ashes, like, for, like, a year before she decided, like, how she wanted to handle that. So, there's nothing wrong with that. You have to do what makes sense for you and your family. Has it? It's not just me, Misha? YouTube's been acting so wonky on chat today. Yeah, in the lifeboat chat earlier, I tried to just make some smiley faces, but then when it popped up, it was, like, just blank, and so I, like, retracted the message because I was like, "Well, I don't wanna just send, like, a blank nothing." Um, it's interesting, you guys, to move from, like, back in November, I guess it was October or November that I found the lifeboat, and I just, like, lurked for a while, and I just, like, lurked and listened. And I was like, "Well, this is interesting." And then, like, I kept listening more and more and more. And then there came some day where I was like, "I'm gonna say something, and no one's gonna see it because these are really heavy chats." I'm like, no one's gonna notice it. It's fine. I'll just say something." And then it got put up on the screen, and I was like, "What?" And now I can't shut up. So I so deeply can't shut up that I had to do this. So, um, yeah, it's fun though. It's fun. It's good. Ned, it wasn't Mom's birthday. What did I miss? Ned, I must have missed something. I don't. I don't see. Ned. Actually did reach out to me and she said yeah, she's not here right now, but she reached out to me and she said she was doing something, but she sent me pictures from the future. So Mon is good. She sent me some pictures from 16 hours in the future. Dang, that's right, Miss Sunrise Dawn. 14 cats and 13 come at feeding time. Shelley is apparently a princess that demands personal transportation to her food bowl. Do you have to go pick up the cat and like put her in front of the food bowl? That's funny. Hey, yeah, why not? We can make every day Mom's birthday. Why the heck not? Oh, okay, Misha. Okay, not Mon, Monique. There are 2 lovely friends with Mon in their names. Okay, gotcha. Well, happy birthday to Monique as well. Happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is that needs a happy birthday, that maybe feels weird about saying it's their birthday. So, yeah. Aw, that's really sweet, Rolling Stone. That's very kind of you. Name a star after me. What? Oh, that's really sweet. I did that for my granddaughter, Morgan Alexandra. Ooh, that's pretty. I like it. Is in the Draco constellation. It's a binary. That's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, when I legally dropped the Melinda, I think my parents were a little irritated, but I was trying to find a way to, like, kinda hyphenate without hyphenating. I should have just hyphenated. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking that much. I just kind of, like, did the things that you do. Like, I didn't like, I just went with all, like, those typical, like, marriage conventions. Like, I didn't really, like, think that hard about whether to do something different. So here we are, but I still go by my middle name, Melinda, socially, and this is a fun way to keep using it too. Aw, thanks, Carrie Ann. Oh, good. I'm glad we wished her happy birthday. It is. Sunrise Dawn is a play on your middle name, Miss Sunrise Dawn. That's cool. That's right, Miss Dragon. I think I remember you telling me that you've had this handle for close to 20 years, like back in the days of like the message boards and stuff. Like back when we first started getting internet like in our homes. I think I remember that. I think I remember you telling me that and you claimed the name so that nobody else could take it and pretend to be you, which I'm glad of. I agree. I agree. Tina's version is pretty amazing. I glitched. What did I do? Did I freeze in like a really, really unattractive facial expression? Because if I did, I would love a screenshot of it. The more unattractive the facial expression, the better, actually. Like if I could freeze something like that, that would be great. That'd be great. I'm gonna make that my professional headshot, you guys, like for work. No, not really. Not really. Maybe my profile photo. There's something to be said about a special unbirthday as well. That's true. Hey, happy birthday to anyone whose birthday is, and a very merry unbirthday to everyone else, because those are important too. Oh, I had forgotten. The only Janet G says the only song I ever got was "Damn It, Janet" from Rocky Horror Picture Show. Sigh. But you know what? That's a fun show. That show is fun as heck. If you're cool with, alien transvestites, I mean, it's an awesome show. When I was in so my college experience was before I went away to a university, I did not know what I wanted to major in. Like, I had no clue. So I went to community college and lived at home for the first couple of years with my folks. But we did have a theater department there. And in the theater department, I was in a play we did called Rocky Horror Puppet Show, where they used like the full body puppets that go on top of a person's body, kind of like they do in The Lion King on Broadway. They also had life-size marionettes that like came down from the ceiling. And then in the wings, like off to the sides, we had what were called box puppets, which was like you would have like 4 like on these dowel rods that looked like they were little audience members, and then some of us would like crouch down in this little box underneath them and use these levers to move them back and forth, and then those boxes were also mic'd, and we would also sing along in the chorus too. So I played the Beatles in Rocky Horror Puppet Show. We were off to the side, and so I crouched down, I moved them around, and I sang in the mic'd box, and at intermission, we would move them around and have them interact. I had John and Paul get in a fight. It was a good time. It was fun. Yeah, Elvis, Mary saying, yeah, Elvis never forgot where he came from, and he was such a giving soul. He would rather give than receive. Yeah, yep. Are Mary Blessed to Crochet is only 5'4"? I wasn't aware of that. Oh, wow. Oh, that's one way to do that. Then we kinda have the family together too, and you have one central location to visit. That can be comforting in a way. Oh, wow, Misha. I don't blame you. I think I would too. It would be so very hard. I tried jumping in Christina's grave before they put the dirt in. Still mad they wouldn't just let me stay there a while. Yeah, I don't blame you. I think I would too. Gosh, Misha. Yeah, I would too. I mean, I don't know what I'd do. I don't think I would cope nearly as well as you seem to have, though. You know? Like, dang. I mean, and I don't know if everybody here knows Misha's story, but, Misha's a survivor. Like, Misha's hella strong. I would not be as strong, I don't think. Just being real about it. Aw. Miss says, "If I outlive hubby and Brad, I want some ashes of all of us mixed together and then sprinkled." I like that. Can be together. Lurkers are people too. Do I have lurkers here? Well, hi, lurking peoples. You are people too, and I love you just as much as the talkers. Just saying. Even if you're like taking weird screenshots of my face, I don't care. Still love you. Even if you're over there lurking and making fun of me, I don't care. It's cool. I don't have an ego to hurt. Rolling Stone says, "Damn it, Janet. I almost just said LOL, but the timing would have been way off." Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is kinda how it goes here. We kinda, like, volley back and forth from, like, really serious to, like, really, really silly. Something really, really serious and heavy in someone's life. Rocky Horror Picture Show. And I don't know, I'm kind of okay with that. I feel like you gotta have your salty with your sweet and your silly with your intense, you know? Otherwise, how do we get through life, right? If everything were just one way all the time, that would be difficult. Mary says, "We have my dad turned in National Cemetery, and we have a wrestling and gotten his ashes so that we could relocate them closer to where we live now, and we'll do the whole process again." Oh, wow. That sounds tough. That sounds like a huge rigmarole. Sorry you're having to go through that. Oh, interned, not turn. I gotcha. I gotcha. Sunrise Dawn says, "My father-in-law passed last summer, and his ashes are still in our closet. We didn't expect to be entrusted with them, and neither of us know what to do with them." Wow. See, I feel like there's no rush on that. Like, I mean, I think that's something that you come to decide in your heart, like what's gonna be best for you, most comforting for you, and, for the family and anyone else who is close to that person. I know people who have, like, scattered some ashes and then, like, kept just a little bit, like, in, something they keep on their person. Like my friend whose husband passed, like, she scattered most of them, but keeps some in, like, a little, like, locket she has. Not a locket, it's like a necklace, I think. And that's very comforting to her. Oh, you're Ned, that's right, I'm sorry. Okay, okay. Do you want me to call you Misha or Ned? I'll call you what or just Awakened by the Looking Glass Reflection. Let me know. Whatever you want me to call you, I'll call you that. Or if you want me to alternate, I can alternate too. But if I'm alternating, I might have a hard time remembering, so but I'll try to make sticky notes. I'll try to remember. Hey, Maya, AKA Allison Art Supply Hoarderland. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, Mary Buster Crochet is so kind. She's been making me like a little like crochet wand and sending me pictures, and it looks super duper cute. You're saying it looks quirky. I think it looks perfect. I'm super excited by it. I think it's awesome. And I'm just like really, I don't know, tickled that you would think to do something like that for me. That's really, really sweet. The kitty cat. I must be real behind on the chat, you guys. Yes, I have to go find her and carry her spoiled self to the food. She can hear just fine. She just chooses to ignore us. She's a little diva kitty cat. She's a little diva. Oh, okay. This is more diva. Misha's kitty, the big old fur boy, will not start eating until I give him his first bite from my fork. Shaking my head. LOL. Spoiled much? Nah. And there's Maya's channel. If y'all get a chance, check hers out. She does really cool content as well. The kitty cat. No screenshot. Happened too quickly, but I shall go back and retrieve one of those you just gave us. Oh, the ones of me making a ridiculous face, like, or freezing in the most unflattering facial expression possible. Yes. Yes. Fabulous. Fabulous. Make fun of me. I'm here for it. The Sunrise Dawn says, due to a mistake on her birth certificate, my mom didn't have a middle name. So when she married my dad, she made her maiden name her middle name. Oh, okay. So she didn't have to drop one. Because that's what I did. I made my maiden name my middle name, but I legally dropped my middle name from birth. Actually, my mom did the same thing when she got married. So I think I was just like, oh, I guess that's what you do. I wasn't thinking about it that hard. We got a lot of spoiled little fluffy kitties. Spoiled little fluffy princess. There's a reason her nickname is Princess Fluffy Butt. That's a wonderful name. If I changed my channel name, I think that's what I would change it to. Princess Fluffy Butt. It's pretty great. Rolling Stone. Do you mean something silly? Like in response to the nickname Princess Fluffy Butt? Ooh, yeah, y'all check this out. This is Miss Dragon made a really cool example video of like what ones in the chat means and how she understands them. And I thought it was just a really great description of it and really, really clear. Kitty cat needs a diamond tiara. Seventh says, I've had the AOL screen name Guilty since the early 90s and the Yahoo names Guilty as Charged and Guilty as Hell since 95. That's OG. 95? Yep, that's awesome. The AOL screen names. My first to ever AOL screen name was Gymnast 373 because I was really like obsessed with the Atlanta Olympics with the Magnificent Seven women's gymnastics team. I like wanted to be a gymnast even though I wasn't very good at it. And but the screen name gymnast was taken, so it generated some random numbers at the end. So that was my first AOL screen name for a long time. And then when I got to middle school, somebody like I took theater class and that was what I did with all my free time was theater stuff. And the people in the theater class I was in nicknamed me Blondie. So from then on, my screen name was Blondie Girl 2287. So that was because I was bestowed that nickname. And then they would tell me blonde jokes all day long. Rolling Stone says, my dead ex-boyfriend kept his parents' ashes in two separate boxes on a shelf in his tool shed. Perhaps that was a red flag I should have noticed. Oh, wow. Like, did he have, I mean, I'm probably behind in the chat here, so I apologize if you said something else later about it, but two separate boxes on a shelf in the tool shed seems kind of, I don't know. Like, I don't know what, I mean, some people just don't have a sentimental attachment to them. I think some people think of it as like it's their body, it's not who they were, it's not their person. But I don't know. I don't know what was going through his head. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it might have been a red flag of. Maybe a difficult relationship. That's possible. Oh, Mary, you're tall. I don't know why I didn't know that. Mary's 5'9". I'm only 5'6". So I'd be like, "Hi, Mary." Well, maybe not like that. It'd be more like yeah. Miss Dragon says, "I had the first Miss Dragon name on AOL." You didn't have to put random numbers at the end of yours. See, I had to put random numbers. I switched to Surf because of a phone deal, and even though no one has that email, I can't get it back. Oh man, it's a drag. Janet G says, "Awakened. I have lost two sisters, but my mom has lost two daughters. As a mom, I cannot imagine her pain, even though I've lost my sisters. I send you so many ones." I second that. I can't imagine. Misha says, "Not coping. Honestly, every day I want to scream and quit forever. No choice, though. Just have to do best I can to make her memory and life worth more than she got while she was here. She's my reason to go on." And I believe you that it doesn't feel like you're coping. And I don't blame you for wanting to scream and quit forever. I really don't. I probably would too. In fact, I know I would too. But I just say I'm so grateful that you still show up here and that you connect with us and talk with us. I mean, my life has been made better for knowing you, and I can't imagine the kind of pain that you must be feeling, for what you've gone through. But I know that my life has been made better for knowing you and you coming here and being open and honest about it. And I'm sure I'm not the only person. I'm positive I'm not the only person. Miss Sunrise Dawn says, "It seems disrespectful to have my father in law's ashes in our closet, but we truly don't know what else to do with them. And if we set them out somewhere, we're afraid the cats or the kid will knock them off." Hey, that's fair. I don't know that I mean, you've put them somewhere safe where the cats or the children can't get to them. So I think that's respectful. I mean, I can't, I mean, I don't mean to oh, wow. This is really, really recent, huh? Can't think of a better name. 10 hours ago. 10 hours ago. Holy crap. I'm so sorry. I know we've done the ones already, but I have to I have to put more ones, like, much love and prayers, and if you are comforted by hugs, I would give you a hug. If you're not, then I, would send all my just, like, good energy for everything. 10 hours ago is, like, still super fresh. That's still, like, you must just be reeling, like, reeling. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're not alone. I don't blame you for not wanting to go to sleep. When you said that earlier, I thought, well, if you don't want to go to sleep, you can come hang out and you can talk or you can, not talk or just hang out. How do I decide on a memorial service? Wow. I mean, in a situation where it's unexpected like that, I mean, you don't have any sense of I mean, I would always default to if you knew anything about what that person might have wanted. That's what I always default to. But I mean, I am still behind in the chat. So if you've added something, sorry. I'm really behind in the chat. I'm sorry, you guys. Holy guacamole. Okay. Okay. I mean, I would default to if you knew anything about what kind, if you guys, I mean, if you ever talked about like what kinds of things you might want, even just hypothetically down the future, I mean, that's where I would start. But I mean, ultimately, that kind of stuff is for those of us who are still here, right? Like, I mean, it's for the family and the people that are coming to pay respects, right? So, if you have people that you can lean on that also were close to him, I would lean on them so much right now, like let them know, "Hey, I need help figuring all this stuff out. I'm reeling. I can't do all this by myself." Um, if there's other family that knew him and knew the kinds of things that he liked, that he would have appreciated, or someone who can just, come and like sit with you while you like crash out or just, I'm just like, I think whatever you decide, I mean, and I don't know you very well and I don't know your husband, but it sounds like you had a good relationship with him, I'm gathering, right? You had a good relationship, you had a good loving relationship with this person, then I think probably they wouldn't want you to agonize over this, and he wouldn't want you to be in more pain deciding this than is necessary, you know? Ugh, that's the worst. Having to Yes, I'm trying to accommodate other mourners, but they're too nice and telling me it's up to me. Am I out of line in wondering if maybe you're just wishing someone would just, like, help you make the decisions? Because that's what I've always been told by people who've, had to plan stuff like this is that, It's always easier if, there was a plan in place because it's the making decisions that's the hard part. Because 'cause you're reeling from the loss of this person, and the idea of making decisions about stuff is just overwhelming in the moment. I agree with this, by the way. Thank you for saying this, Rolling Stone. Misha, you always make everyone in the chat feel better. I wish you peace. I agree. Totally. Um, I always smile whenever I see Misha in the chats. For sure. For real. Misha says, I get that so much. I had to plan Christina's funeral with no money while still in disbelief. Even had to plan the preacher's part. Wow. When told he couldn't make it at 4 a.m. day of. I have a few resources if you want to talk. Regardless, even scream. That's awesome of you to offer that support, Misha. Can't think of a better name. Misha is an awesome human being and has been through a lot. And I think y'all could, you know, Misha's offering. That seems like a great friend to have right now. Any friend you trust is a great friend to have right now, right? But if you just need somebody who's maybe like not in the middle of your situation and trying to tell you what to do, but knows what it's like to lose someone unexpectedly. Um, Thank you, Misha, for reaching out like that. Oh, and if anybody needs this, the Sunrise Dawn shared, Maya's short of my hubby's sneeze heard around the world. It might be good for a laugh. YouTube shorts. Those are always good. Oh, wow. Seven says, my friend, the first time he watched his girlfriend's children, they went into the master bedroom and got into their father's ashes. Oh my goodness. Like unexpectedly. Wow. Oh gosh. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. Even I'm glad to hear that it was positive, and that doesn't make anything any easier, but I'm glad that you had that with him. Misha says, "Thank you. My family tree started with me, so it's just my girls and I. This community has become my fam too. I love you all." I feel the same way, Misha. Y'all have become my family. Like when I show up and I say, "Hey, lifeboat fam," like that's not just a figure of speech. Like I really think of y'all that way. And like when I don't see someone around for a while, I wonder how are they doing, what happened, and then somebody says, "Hey, has somebody heard from so and so?" And then you try to message them on Facebook, and then somebody will go, "Oh, hey, I heard from so and so. They're just working a lot or whatever." It's unlike anything. It's unlike any community I've ever been a part of on the internet. Mm. Miss Dragon says sometimes even if there's a plan in place and money to pay for it, that doesn't mean the executor is going to do it. And why my mother didn't have a funeral. Yeah, yeah, definitely need help to decide for sure. Yeah, I can't think of a better name. So Misha is saying if you want someone who would help bounce ideas from a person outside your situation, please reach out. Are you on Facebook by any chance? Okay, it looks like y'all are connecting. That's good. So I don't know. So I don't have a Facebook group set up for my chat yet, but can't think of a better name. I don't know if you're in the lifeboat Facebook group. Um, I think Misha, myself, a lot of us are in that group too. So that's kind of where I've like found like people on Facebook. Like I'm there, Misha's there, and you can kind of like find our profiles and find a way to like message privately with us too that way. Um, I'm just Kristen Melinda on Facebook. It's the same name. Um, the Discord server for Lifeboat is also a good resource. I don't know how to get people access to the Discord server, but the Lifeboat Facebook group is pretty easy. You just request it, and one of the mods, they're pretty good about approving it quickly. I agree. Misha is Wonder Woman. That's a great compliment, Seventh. That's awesome. Miss Sunrise Dawn says, "My better name, my former S-in-law S-in-law told me something a while back that made sense." When someone says, "Let me know if I can help," take them up on it. Tell them things you need doing. Yeah, that's good advice. I wish I had I wish I had done that many times in my life. Hey, Misha, I don't think any of us are consistent or reliable all the time. Misha says, "Of course, I'm so not consistent or reliable, but when I can, I will." Yeah, I think we all have our flighty times, right? Like, we all have our struggles, yeah. But, I mean, I may not be able to, like, understand your situation personally. Like, I've never experienced something like that. Um, but if you just want somebody to listen, I can do that. I mean, I'm always happy to do that. The closest I've been to something like that is my friend who lost her husband unexpectedly. Actually, she's hooked into some pretty good, like, support groups and stuff like that, so I could check with her also, but I know right now you're just trying to get through that first 24 hours of shock, I'm guessing. I mean, I don't know. You know better than I do how you're doing, what you're feeling. Yeah, that's true, Miss Sunrise Dawn. So many times or I at least, I do the same thing, tend to just tell people, "No, I'm fine, thanks," but try not to. Let them know things they can do to help. Yeah, it's really hard sometimes to if you're in that moment of like overwhelm, like if you're so overwhelmed and people say, "Hey, what can I do to help?" Sometimes it's hard to even think of things to say. Like, I know I probably need help with something, but I'm not sure what to ask them for. Um, I always start with dinner. Like, especially if you have more people or animals to feed than just yourself. Even if you don't feel like eating, then I would let them know, like, hey, the dogs need food. Can you feed the dogs for me? Or the kids need dinner. Can you pick up dinner for us? Like, that's really easy stuff. Or just like if you had a grocery list that you didn't get done, give them your grocery list and say, like, hey, I don't have the energy to grocery shop. Could you help me? Uh, I mean, it sounds mundane, but just like if people offer to help, usually they mean it. So it's good to give them something to do to help. Rolling Stone says, can't think. Have faith that you will do what is right to honor his memory. Listen to your heart when you can find a quiet place. I think that's great advice. I think, yeah. And you guys had a really loving relationship. You had a good relationship. Can't think of a better name. So, I mean, I think that your intuition is probably going to be what is right. I think whatever you choose that gives you peace is going to be what is right in this situation. And and sometimes that means just kind of, you know, just going through and like picking an option. And if there's something and it may not be something that mattered that much to him, this kind of thing. Like some people spend like lots of time and effort like thinking about what they want for when they pass, and some people never think about it. Like, I know people who are in their 20s who, like, have all this all planned out, which is weird, but I guess it's not that weird, and then people that just never think about it, and I think ultimately you knew him, and you love him, and y you know, I like the idea of listening to your heart and finding a quiet spot. Misha posted her Facebook group too. So that's Misha's individual Facebook group, and it's got her Facebook on it, and looks like she's offering shoot me a message. I think I'm in your Facebook book group too, Misha. So if Misha needs to sleep, and I don't know anything. I'm not an expert in much of anything, but if you just want to talk, I'm around too, for sure. It's a good place to start. Janet G says if your husband loved music, you could start by thinking of what his favorite music was. Yeah, that's a good place to start. Music usually can mean a lot to people. This, exactly. What Mary says. We're all here. Oh, and we're sharing the needing a meeting. That one is on Monday through Fridays, 1:40 p.m. Pacific time, 3:40 Central Standard Time. because I think in terms of that. And of course, the lifeboat's on again tomorrow morning. It is 7 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And then so there's a lot of places to connect if you just like can't if you just like can't be in the silence and you just need to hear like even if you don't feel like talking at some points, like even if you just like I just need to hear other humans like just talking about life and if know that if I say hi, they'll say hi back. Um, I've done it I've used these groups that way before sometimes too. Like there have been times where I didn't always like feel like engaging a whole lot, but I just needed to like know that there were other people there that if I did say something, they would say hi back, and they would recognize that I was there. And you can use these this way too. I think I saw Henny the other day in a Needing a Meeting, live. I can't remember exactly what day it was, but I feel like I saw her on one, and I don't remember exactly what the deal was where we hadn't seen her in a while because she's used to be on, like, every single one of those. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think I did see her. Like, maybe she is one of our folks who's just been working a whole lot. And Mary has a Facebook group as well, Let's Do Crochet. Um, Lots and lots of opportunities for connection. Hey, Mon is here. I hope you had a good lunch, Mon. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. Don't forget to like that, click the magic button. Or if you're not feeling it, you can click the down button too. That's cool too. Can't go wrong with the buttons. Y'all are really awesome. Like mods that come here and are really sweet and remember to do the YouTuber things for me because I forget. I forget. Honestly, I forgot. It's not like I don't have some like thing against it. I just forget. Misha says the best thing I can tell people who want to help loved ones in grief, everyone needs help. Nobody likes asking. It's so hard and sometimes just those questions get overwhelming. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we were looking for you, Mon. I had to let everybody know she's okay. She checked in with me. She's cool. This is the Discord link to the lifeboat. Can't think of a better name. I don't know if you're familiar with Discord at all. Um, it's another like it's got some cool features to it. Like there's a voice chat feature, like where sometimes people will just hang out in the voice chat. And if you want to like talk to people, it's kind of like the phone, but you don't have to put in your phone number. And then there's also lots of different topics for support. Like it's kind of set up like the way I think of like message boards, but it's all under one like server and it's like limited to like people who are on the lifeboat. So it's like, people that they've checked to make sure they're real people and not like spammers or bots or anything like that. I have used it a lot as like an off hours like place. Like if I just need to vent or something, there's there's a message board in there just for venting, and I've used that several times where, like, I don't necessarily need to, like, say it out loud, I just wanna, like, like, type it, and I want it somewhere besides my journal, like, I wanna know that, like, a human could read this and give me feedback. I will use the Discord for that sometimes, and it's very helpful. This is good advice to anyone who's friends with someone in grief. Offer to do their laundry, make them dinner, things that you can do without chancing not being able to do because it hurts too. I remember the best thing that helped me back then was a pot of homemade chicken noodle soup in a throwaway plastic container, complete with crackers and forks. Then she messaged and told me it was there. Beautiful. Oh, so she just like dropped it on the porch and was like, "Hey, you don't even have to worry about entertaining me. Here's some food for you." So on the flip side, like these are great things that those of us who want to support someone in grief could do for somebody. And then, but on the flip side, some of these are things that if you are in grief and people are asking what they can do to help and you're just too overwhelmed to think of something, these are things that these are things you can give them to do. Like if they really want to help, like, hey, could you move over my laundry for me? I'm just overwhelmed right now. Could you pick up dinner? Could you drop something off? Like what I've seen is when people ask to help someone in grief, they really do want to do something. They just don't know what to do. Um, oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you requested the Facebook group. Good, good, good. I will look out for you on there. And if you want to, like, so I on Facebook, like, if you want to, like, you can find me directly on Facebook too. And then I can, you know, I'm friends with most everybody here too. So I can help connect there too if you need it, if you want to. So on Facebook, I am just Kristen Melinda. I'm pretty easily findable. Let's see. Whoa. I do like so not everybody likes Facebook in general, but I do like the messaging app because if you want, you can use like the phone part of it. And that way, if you're not comfortable like giving out your phone number, you can still kind of have that voice interaction though. Oh yeah, I haven't shown the future messages yet, Mon. So Mon, for those of you who don't know, is in Australia, and for me in North Texas, that's like 16 hours ahead of me. So to me, she's in the future. So each evening, she's been sending me pictures of, well, this is what the future looks like, and it's usually like this beautiful, like Australian sky. I'm gonna take a minute, and she sent it to me earlier because there it's like I don't know, it's like late afternoon in Australia right now. Whereas here where I am, it's a little after midnight. And I don't know about you guys, but historically when I have struggled with my own like inner demons and sadness and what have you, they seem to get the loudest like during around this time of night. Like this 11 p.m. to like 2 or 3 in the morning time period. Um which is part of the reason I started doing this and why part of the reason I think it's so cool that Cricket does her show at that kind of 1 a.m. time slot too. Because, I mean, maybe you fall asleep to these shows and that's cool, but if you can't because you're struggling with something, sometimes it's just nice to hear people on the line, and to like take the place of whatever crappy stuff is kicking around your head. So that's my 2 cents, my 2.5 cents. Because I usually yammer on for a little more than 2. Sorry. Okay, I'm pulling up the future pictures that Mom sent me, you guys. And it's always a little tricky to share them on a phone on the screen because you have to turn down the brightness of the phone. But this is the future, you guys. It's about 16 hours from now. That beautiful bright blue sky with those beautiful trees. I wonder how hot it is right there right now. It's probably pretty warm. I'm guessing. It looks warm. Oh, this is a really good one of the sun. Yeah. I bet it's really warm. Those are great pictures, Mom. Thank you. Thank you for sending these. I always love future pictures. Something really cool happened, you guys. Like back in January when it was my birthday, I got a couple people that wished me happy birthday on my Facebook page on what I thought was the 21st. Well, my birthday is the 22nd. And I got a couple on the 21st and I was like, "Oh, you're early." And then I realized, "Wait, not for you, you're not." So it just tickled me. This is a good resource too. Lasagna Love will do a lasagna meal. So like if you don't have anyone hanging around, but you need a meal and you don't have anyone that's able or close enough to make one for you, this is a cool resource that I mean, I think they're not in all areas, but it's a cool resource. They'll make them for you and they'll send one out to you. I'm so sorry, 7th. At the end of October 2019. That feels like so like not that long ago. Ones for yeah, that feels like it could be just yesterday, 2019. That's when I had my child, like May, and I feel like that was just yesterday. So I'm sure that's still really fresh sometimes. Oh, I see. Misha says, I didn't even think group wise. The link is just to my personal page. I just started working on this one now. Wanted to announce it anyway. Oh, Ray of Shine Ministries. That sounds cool. Just not finished setting it up yet. Okay, I'll take a look. That's awesome. Thank you guys for sharing your stories and your experiences. I know some of this stuff is very personal, but sometimes it can be really helpful to hear other people's experiences, you know? I know it is for me. Let's see. Miss Sunrise Dawn says, I remember when my grandmother who lived with us passed away. Several friends made casseroles for us. We froze them and heated them up as needed. It really helped. I wondered if that's something like Miss Sunrise Dawn, you and I are both in the South. You're in Georgia. Like, that's a big thing people do in the South. Like in Texas, like anytime anything happens, like make a casserole. Like if somebody passes, you make them food, you make them a casserole. If somebody is having surgery, you make them a casserole. Like someone's like having health problems, that was how I was raised, to make people casseroles when heavy stuff happens, and I guess the idea being is that you don't wanna have to worry about cooking for yourself when you're struggling with something like that. So I guess it kinda makes sense. Miss Dragon is in the Facebook group too, not on social media much, mostly YouTube, Christina Mist McDaniels. So Miss Dragon is also a great person to connect with and reach out to. Oh, wow. I love this, Misha. Misha says, I'm working on building a nonprofit in Chris's honor. Her name, Christina Ray. So it's called Ray of Shine Ministries, building website, etc. I will have the phone line to call. That is really, really cool. That's awesome, Misha. Maya says, I brought up to my closest family that if anything happens to me and I won't survive, I really want to be an organ donor. They agreed and want to be a donor too. So we know if the crisis hit. I was looking to see if there was a second one. Oh, okay. So Miss Sunrise Dawn is in Facebook under her real name, first name Alicia. So we're all just like, so guys, let me know if you want me to shut down the chat replay on the replay since we're all giving out our Facebook contact information. I think probably, I mean, this is out on YouTube, like for the YouTube world. I think most people that watch me are on the boat, but that doesn't like, it doesn't restrict it. But you guys let me know if you want to. I think maybe I have chat replay shut down. Like I don't know if it replays chats, but I might shut this one down just for privacy of people involved because y'all are sharing a lot of personal stuff. Unless you want it out there, that's okay too. I'll let you guys tell me what you think. I will default to privating the chat replay. And if y'all tell me you want to do something different, I can. Miss says, dealing with my in law's funeral. They passed 19 hours apart. Wow. A friend dropped by toilet paper. Yeah, that's pretty simple, but that's something you would need. You have no idea how important that was when you have a lot of people at your house. Yeah, you have people come over trying to help. You're using up all your household necessities. I remember when my friend's husband passed, like she was at her parents' house most of the time, and I was friends with the whole family, and I would just like go over there every day after work just to be there with her. And before I would come over, I would call and say, "Hey, what do you guys need? What are you running low on?" And usually it was be like a pack of bottled water or I would just like grab stuff from the store on the way to see them. Oh wow. Rolling Stone says if you guys had any idea the vast array of redneck personalities that make up my family, you would understand why I avoid Facebook like the plague. Well, that's fair. I think we all have redneck or not. I think we all have like family members that we get along with better than others on Facebook. And like I would say I do a little bit more on Facebook now, but for a long time, I restricted my Facebook activity almost exclusively to the Lifeboat Facebook group. Like, if I shared something, it was there. If I posted something, it was in that group, and the group is private. So things that you post there are only visible to other members of the group. I mean, it's grown, it's pretty big, but it is all Lifeboat people. So there's that. And so I've used it that way. I mean, I've recently started to branch out and use Facebook a little bit more for other things, but there was a time where, like, that was the only part of Facebook I looked at. So if you don't like Facebook, You can just keep it there, or you can go check out the Discord too. Always running out of letters and characters. There I am. There I am. That's me on Facebook. If you wanna friend me, please do. Um, and please message me if you wanna message me. I don't always have smart things to say, but I can listen. So, I think that's all any of us can do, right? Sunrise, that's something I'm keeping in my head because we never thought about it, and honestly, we're running low. Yeah, yeah. If somebody says, "Hey, do you need something from the store?" and you can't think of anything to say, "Hey, actually, could you pick up a six-pack of TP? We're almost out." It's stuff you don't think of, like, because when you're dealing with something heavy, you don't think of like, when you're do I feel like when we're dealing with something spiritually heavy, like losing someone, we're not thinking of all of, like, this physical stuff, we're not thinking of, like, I'm out of milk or I'm out of toilet paper, like, we kinda forget all that stuff, but then it comes up and it just feels like, "Oh, no, this is overwhelming." So, it's good to point out there, if somebody offers you help and you don't know what else to tell them something they can grab at the store for you. Um, I can't tell you how many packs of cigarettes I bought for people, which normally I wouldn't do because I quit smoking cigarettes years ago, but, like, in that case, I made an exception. I picked up cigarettes for people in that situation. Misha says, "Rolling Stone, I'm in Oklahoma. You wanna talk about redneck? Yep. I still would really like to connect with you sometime. Discord was just too much for me." Yeah, I mean, Discord is big. Like, there's a lot of different, like, message boards to look at. There's a lot of different there's kind of a learning curve to it if you're not used to it. That's for sure. But I guess other options. So there's the Lifeboat Facebook group. If you don't like Facebook, you can, like, just stick to that one. Um, I don't know, like, there's other options that, I know, like, one recovery group I recently hooked into that, like, they do, like, a WhatsApp group, but it's like a group chat. I mean, I guess for, like, a small group of people, that could be something, but, I mean, if you have a huge group of, like, hundreds of people, that could get kinda unwieldy. That's what it seems like to me, can't think of a better name. The description of Discord reminds me of old school Yahoo chat rooms. To me, it feels kinda like message boards, like, you go there and you type something in, like, there's different sections for different subjects, like, there's, like, a subject for, like, venting, there's, like, a board for, like, support specifically with uppers, as a substance of choice that people struggle with. There's one for alcohol, there's one for general mental health stuff, and you can go post and then there's fun stuff on there too, like, there's stuff for people to just share, like, food that they've made. There's, sections for people to just share music that they like, so it's not all serious, it's fun just, like, getting to know you stuff too. But to me, it kinda feels to me like a combination of message boards and chat. Um, but yeah, I think that's probably a good way to describe it. Oh, wow. Wow, Miss Sunrise Dawn says, "I have some friends that several years ago, their grandmothers both passed away just a couple hours apart in the same hospital. Holy moly. My friends are brother and sister. That was a hard day for them." Wow, their grandmothers, but that's almost like that's a lot of, what you'd call, like, compounded grief. You're grieving multiple people that you've lost. It's almost like a soul thing, like, they went together, like, "Hey, I need a buddy to walk me there?" Maybe that sounds weird, but that's kinda how I think about it. I missed the beginning of the 7th. I'd rather have the lotto numbers than what? Than what? I'm not sure. I'm not sure where we started there. Maya says, "The future always has a blue sky, here not so much." Yeah. Yeah, well, Mana's in Australia, and, most of the time, it is very blue sky. I know you're in a different part of the world. You have cool stuff like ice hotels, though. Like, I know there it's grayer, it's not as bright, sunny all the time, but you do have ice hotels. I've never heard of an ice hotel anywhere else, so there is that. Too much Discord. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's a lot. It's a lot to look at. Mish, I can't do Discord either. Can't wrap my brain around it. There's only so many hours a day. Yeah. That pesky only so many hours in a day thing. That always gets to me too. But I would love to connect some other way awakened. For instance, my generation had this thing we used to call a telephone. I love that, Rolling Stone. I love it. I think the only thing is, like, finding a place to, like, share your phone number 'cause I don't know that YouTube will even let you, like, type it into a chat here, and I also wouldn't want you to, like, put your personal phone number out there, like, publicly for the world. Um, you probably wouldn't want that, but, I mean, so you could use, like, the Facebook Messenger as, like, a place to exchange numbers, I guess. Oh, Mary, I hope your migraine is better. I know you said after I messaged you this afternoon, I fell asleep for a while. Help. My head and Mary don't like migraines. I'm so sorry. I hope the nap helped a little bit. Migraines suck. They suck. Awaken Miss Misha says exactly Rolling Stone. I had a channel and everything set up too. Neurodivergent brain scrolls in the bot store got me pretty bad. Oh, gotcha. Oh, Discord distracted you. That's right. You set up your own Discord, Misha. I remember this now. I actually tried to set up I have one set up, but there's nothing in it. Like, I don't even know how I let people in it. There's nothing in it. It is literally just sitting there. It's just me. So, maybe one day I will flesh that out, but I haven't yet. I have not yet. Miss Sunrise Dawn says, when my dad went through cancer treatments the first time, the church ladies made up a schedule so that someone was bringing my parents dinner almost every night. It was really awesome. They did a meal train. That's awesome. I feel like a lot of people do those in the South. I don't know if I hope they do them elsewhere. Yeah. Churches are great for casserole connections for sure. Hey, Warren. Okay, Warren likes seeing the chat replay. Yeah, I know a lot of people do, but I also know sometimes people share really personal stuff, and I don't know, like I want you guys to feel comfortable doing that too. So, but yeah, I hear you. Especially if you're on replay crew, right? Like you want to see like what happened and what went down. And I wasn't sure I even like had a replay crew, but I'll like log on the next day and see that a live has like 53 views and I'm like, well 53 people weren't there, so someone must be watching this on replay. So I don't want to y'all have to tell me how you feel about leaving your chat stuff in replay. How Misha, you have a call-in text line already made on Discord. Just only allows for 3-minute messages. Haven't done much with it because of that, so I don't know. Oh, okay. Is this in Discord? And you're trying to get it so that it wouldn't cut you off at 3 minutes? Okay. Miss Sunrise Dawn is voting for leave the replay up. If it doesn't matter to me, if I didn't want people knowing my name, I wouldn't have said it. See, that's how I am. Like, I'm like, if I put it out there, like in a YouTube chat, like, it's fine. Like, I've put it out there and it'll be what it'll be. But I don't know. I know I just wanna be respectful of you guys too. Oh, okay. Maya said, "I forgot to write the second part, but what they do to my funeral, I don't care. I'm not planning to be there." I know a lot of people who feel this way. I kinda feel this way actually, that, like, is I kinda feel like that's gonna be for the people I leave behind more than me, you know? So I'm not really particular about what happens. I know that it's often easier for the people that are left behind if there's a plan in place, just so they don't have to make all those decisions. But I'm kind of with you there. And welcome, Warren. By the way, I didn't see you come in. Maybe you were lurking. It's okay if you were. We love lurkers. Australia, you do it too, Mon. You make casseroles. I normally make 4 meals for weeks after the person is gone, as family members can be lost, and especially if you've cared for that person. Yeah, for sure. Like, grief continues past those initial days of, like, just trying to get through it and make arrangements and stuff. People still need support. And um, can't think of a better name. I don't know if you're still in here, but I think that is some of the best advice I have ever been given about grief is like there's no like right or wrong way to do it. Um, whatever and however you feel about it is okay. There's nothing wrong with whatever or however you feel about it. The only thing is to not try to do it alone. That's the only thing. Just don't do it alone. That's all. And, sometimes you do need some space, but that could be as simple as just like reaching out to one person and just saying, "Hey, I'm having a rough day," or responding to one person who messaged you to check on you. Let's see if I can catch up with the chat again. Wowza. So, Misha, this is your number to just call and leave a message. Is this for you personally, or is this for like, is this just like a line? Like, if you just want to vent, like, is this like, is this what is it just to like, just if you need to just get something out, kind of like a confessional almost? Rolling Stone. I love this. Maybe it was because Discord kept asking me questions. You know the old saying, ask me no questions. I won't tell you to get bent. I love that, Rolling Stone. You're awesome. Mm. Okay, so Misha, this is your like voice message. It's just not something I check all the time. So it's not for emergencies, but if you just want to vent or connect, that's a good start. Yeah, the voice clip thing is cool, like because it doesn't have with it like if you just want to like get something out and maybe it's easier to say it than write it, the voice clip thing can be cool because it's kind of gets you in the mindset of talking to a person, but you don't have the pressure of like the back and forth. So voice clips can be a good start there for sure. I know they've been very helpful for me. Oh, Miss Sunrise Dawn. I love when cats that don't normally snuggle decide to snuggle. Oreo is normally kind of ornery, but now he's hanging out on my lap. Oh, the mood just struck him, huh? That's pretty cool. Wow. Misha says, I have a giant spreadsheet I've been working on for years. Tons of Ripple channels, resources for work from home, beer money, freebies, mental health resources, etc., etc. I hope to one day have it so we will all be able to just pull it up anytime we have an issue. We will find them help. It's a really cool idea. I like that. And there's Mary Blessed to Crochet's Facebook group too. Mary does a lot of cool connection type content with lives on her channel. Right, Miss? It's not on my front home screen. I forget I have it. You should see my computer desktop. It's a mess. I have so many icons like covering the whole thing. The whole thing. I've thrown mine up on the lifeboat chat. Oh, your phone number, 7th? If there is there a chat associated with it? If there is, I am not aware of it. Or I mean, I'm in the Facebook group, but if there's a you mean the chat in like YouTube. Oh, okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Gotcha. Missed, I love it. This is awesome. Don't feel bad. I have an OnlyFans page with nothing on it because I don't want anyone taking my name. That's right. I remember you told me about that. Like you the name Mist Dragon, you didn't want anyone else using it, so you grabbed it on a bunch of different platforms, including OnlyFans. Did I miss something from Warren? I saw hugs. If I missed something, I do so apologize. I'm a flawed human being that cannot always keep up with the chat. But please know that if I miss something, it's never on purpose. Yeah, I hear you, Misha. I may share things that I shouldn't online, but I'm all out for the most part. I don't leave my regular number, but my call in, yes, not Discord. No worries on my end. Yeah, it's funny, like, these kind of forums, like, first on the lifeboat and then on needing a meeting and then on, like, the other ripples, like, I've been more just, like, open about, like, who I am and my personality and, like, my background and where I come from. I've been more open and honest here than I've ever been anywhere else. Like, and that includes, like, in-person stuff too. And I think it started because, like, you don't have that immediate pressure of the face-to-face thing. Like, you kinda feel like, "Oh, I can just type it and be a little bit anonymous for a minute," and then you can gradually get more and more comfortable, like, sharing more and more of yourself, you know? At least that's how it worked for me. And one day you're making YouTube videos and going live. That's how it starts. That's how it starts. Oh, I see. I gotcha. 7th. 7th said, "I'd rather have the lotto numbers than the photo of the future." Okay, well, we'll have to ask Mon about that. I don't know if it works that way. Gotcha. You had yours all set up in advance so your kids wouldn't have to mess with it. I had it set up to roll me in 5 minutes after it started, so everyone would be like, "Yep, that's Misha." "Oh, like, you're running late?" Like, is that what you mean? Oh, Mary, looks Miss Sunrise Dawn said she couldn't get the Facebook group for yours to work for the venting channel. That was the originally idea for the phone number. The 3-minute limit sucks, though. Not good when venting much. I was going to put the ones who wanted on my channel, anonymized voice, though. My thinking is things we feel bad, the things we say are sometimes so helpful, but never get to the ears who need it. Either that or from someone who has lost or disconnected from. Thought it might be reverse therapeutic, maybe. That's a great idea. I like that. That is a good idea. Yeah, I was good. I was confused because it was the photo. I was confused. But it doesn't take that much for that to happen, actually, you guys. It doesn't take that much for me to get confused. Don't let me fool you. I get confused quite quickly and easily. Hey, speaking of people from the future, it's Cosmic Christie. It's so good to see you. I was just talking about our friends from Australia who send me pictures from the future. And 7th was saying he would like the lotto numbers from the future, please and thank you. It's really good to see you, Cosmic. How you doing? I know you're still traveling and out and about and stuff. It's good to see you. And I haven't been in the needing a meeting chat as much lately because I've been having random pop-up work meetings to transition all my stuff out. So I've missed you. I've missed hearing you and seeing your face on needing a meeting and other places too. So it's good to see you. Thanks for coming to hang out. Oh, okay, you found a way to get over the 3-minute limit. Just have to put it all together. Website already paid for a year, hosting for a few months, so getting closer. Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. Oh, you're home, Cosmic? Oh, cool. Well, welcome home. Is it good to be home? Does it feel like, oh, this is where all my stuff is? I hope it feels good to be home. I hope it does. Yes, we love Cosmic Christie. Use use is a good I don't know why that always tickles me. Use guys. Oh, okay. Not having a great time, but that's for tomorrow. That's fair enough. I'm sorry you're not having a great time. I hope it gets better. Misha! I haven't seen pop by here in a little bit, Mischief Managed, but I heard from Mischief Managed the other day, so and I know I do this kinda late, so sometimes people, like, get crazy and go to sleep. Oh, I don't know what they're thinking, but sometimes people gotta do that. So let's see. So normally, this is about the time of night where I start sharing links and start like winding down because this is about the time that Chow Yun Smut's channel or Cricket's channel called Chow Yun Smut usually goes live. And I like to encourage people to go on over to her channel because I like to support what she does because she runs a really great channel. and she always makes everyone feel seen and heard, and I just think it's so cool. That's one of my favorite things about her channel when I first found her. These people who get to sleep, says Misha. Wish I was one of them. Oh, I'm sorry, Misha. Do you at least get little like snippets here and there? I hope so. But I know sometimes it's hard to get a full complement of sleep. Yes, that is the plan. That is the goal. We would like to raid Chow Yun Smut's channel. So after that means after here, after we're done here, after we shut down, click on over and go over to her channel and join her live that starts up pretty soon here in a little bit. Unless she decided to take the day off, which she doesn't do very often, but I'll check the community tab. Nope, nope. Nothing about not nothing about taking the day off tonight. So speaking of which, I just got her notification, you guys. So I'm gonna put the whoop, and you can hear her now. Like, so I'm gonna actually put the link to the direct live here, so you guys can get to that. Copy link. Do 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 do. Where did it go? Where did my YouTube go? Blah. Because I got to go back to my YouTube to put it in mine. That's how that works. View channel. You lost your mood ring, but you're not sure how you feel about it, Cosmic. I love that. That makes me so happy. I love dad jokes. Okay, here we go. So that's the link directly to Cricket's live on her channel, Chow Yun Smut. Oh, somebody else jumped on it too. Awesome, awesome, blossom. So let's head over there. And as always, I can't remember if somebody shared it or not. Y'all mods are pretty great about sharing links, but I always like to make sure to share the lifeboat at the end in case we get replay crew people who haven't been there before. Because if you like this chat, but you like a little more people talking and you like a little bit more of a topic, you'll love that. So, where's my share button? You guys, one day I'll get faster at sharing links. One day. Or I won't, and we'll all just learn to live with it. That could happen too. All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. Let's go raid Chow Yun Smut. And if you want to chat, we'll be over there or find us on Facebook. Thank you guys for being here. I'm always, always happy and always, always humbled that anybody shows up for my little live over here. Y'all have a great night. See y'all over there or one of the other places we like to hang out. Bye, y'all.